cusp of this, on the other side of it.
It's fine.
And
They don't need to
so-
know. They've got videos to look back to.
Yeah, it's fine. The more important
Coco, change your
thing is
reactive.
what you were holding. If you remember, Kasha. If not, I can remind you.
I don't believe I do remember.
Okay. So, in your possession was a safe. In that safe, you have no idea of its contents, but you knew of its weight. It was heavier than any safe need be. It had a certain heft to it that the longer that you were holding it, the weaker you began to feel, which is not how that really goes when it comes to carrying items. But as you were carrying it in the elevator with, what the hell did I name that hitman? What the hell was your name? Because we went through a myriad of names, and then you gave him a name, and then I forgot that name, and then we both gave him a name, and then I forgot that name. So we're just gonna round back
There's a lot of just.
on the previous name.
You know, we really
Just a lot
should
of
write
forgetting.
down these names.
All the other people have names. I just didn't give him one because I'm evil. To myself. We're just gonna give you a good old-fashioned
name.
name, buddy. Yeah, we're gonna give you a name. I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna have it on speed dial, add it to the contacts on my phone, so I know.
Oh shit.
Real easy stuff. Oh,
We're good. I just dropped my water bottle.
Whoa.
we just need good old fashioned. There you go. I don't like any of that. Give me something else. One more time. That's funny, but no. I could have named him Todd. I decided not to.
Todd Howard.
That's why.
Mr. Skyrim himself.
Mr. Skyrim in the flesh. All right. Todd, I decided not to go with this because it is easy to remember and write down and never forget. So his new name is Raven.
Nice.
Wow.
You just put this down so that I never forget. 1 second. Love how in my brain I was like putting all of the exposition thus far and everything that you guys have done, a bunch of things about the goings on, like the history of the world at the moment, places, things that are about to happen or could happen, and then names are just like, nah, I'll remember me right now.
What is in a name?
Usually a person, sometimes a place, occasionally a thing. Okay, so we have put down Raven. Very short life. But
I'm done already. All right,
you
next
had to
name.
go. So we're going back. We're gonna circle back to Todd. I just kind of it started to rub me the right way. So that being aside, as you and Raven were carrying this safe, and in the midst of the betrayal happening right before your eyes, the last thing that you witnessed was a bullet come and hit Otto. Blood had splattered. It looked as though it hit him square in the head from underneath his hood, but his hood remained on the entire time. So you're not sure the real damage of it all. But one thing for certain, as you dematerialized from that plane of reality to this one, in your hands remained a portion of the safe, half of it. And this strange ethereal energy, which at the time you could only assume was maybe a part of being in the spirit realm, and the fact that it was divided in such a planar way, being the case as to why it looked like that. But as you were carrying it on your journey, and the only time that it left your sight was when you were prying that strange animal guru out of that mythical creature, that chimera, if you will. And as you had it all this time, I have to ask, when you proceeded down into this cave, as I believe all of you walked as opposed to being dragged down into it, you left it outside or inside of the temple?
Good question.
You can decide now if you wish.
I think I would do willingly.
No, not the cave thing. You're still with Yuka.
Oh, okay.
Bowen and Kasha and what is your name? Sahira. There we go. We got it. All out. We knocked it out the gate. These are names that we have down.
Flashcards for people's names.
Just looking at them as they kind of walk through, and they're like, "Hey, you remember me?" Like, no, I don't know you.
It's like, no, hold on.
I remember your face.
I may have made you, but I'm not obligated to remember you.
Damn, me and my parents.
Damn, because they me and my mom.
The Cave of Remembrance aside, you want it outside of the temple, you want it inside, prior to you going down to the Cave of Wonders with Bowen and Zahira.
Yes.
Yes to which?
Listen, man, I'm kind of still a little fried from yesterday.
All good. We can scramble these eggs right now. Let's just go.
I want to say,
Say
yeah,
it's
Kasha
outside.
went willingly. Kasha did it willingly.
Okay. So, inside then, as it is placed there, you have just the background image in your mind of the safe still being there. And the reason I say this is because as we let time fall back into play, you can hear things upstairs, all the way up the stairway back into the top part of this earthbending sort of library. The sounds of scuttling, the sounds of things cracking, and you too begin to feel this sort of uneasiness. Not so much dread, but just things went from, all right, this might be a doable situation, if that was ever your thought process as to what you're currently seeing, to I feel like I need to go immediately. I do want to ask all of you though, because I just need this for me, right? I
No.
need a current emotion. You're gonna give me it. I need a current emotion from each of you, just right here in this moment.
Me and Hoshiko just watched the air temple or something get blown up, right? That was the last thing.
Yes, you and Hoshiko were at the firebending library, and after accidentally freeing the spirit of a dragon from a scroll, You then proceeded to return it, but the backlash from doing so caused a friction of lightning to crash into the airbending temple, and so you had gone that way.
Worried and running to make sure I fix it. That would be what her issue is.
Much anxiety.
Worried?
And wanting to
Anxiety.
fix things.
Okay.
Anxiety,
What about-
panic.
You can only pick one. Well, I mean, you can have all of them, but one specific primary one.
I'm looking at the conditions that I could have. Right.
You don't have to worry about the conditions. This one
Okay.
is solely a you thing.
Panic then. After maybe, possibly, hopefully not blowing up the air temple.
Panicked. Okay. Kasha and Bowen, what about the two of you?
Very like fearful or concerned between these like earth golems coming to life and the feeling of whatever is above us. Yeah.
Kasha.
I'd say she's definitely worried.
Worried is like a.
Because she's like, doesn't know what exactly to focus on. So she's kind of just scatterbrained.
Okay, that's fair. So, coming back into this, we will resume underground. The two of you stand face to face with these much larger sentinel-like guardians. And at this present moment, they do not inch closer. They do not lunge for you. They are simply at the ready.
Mm-hmm.
Behind them. Oh, good.
I was just saying, and you said there's still just that single gem, was it, on a pedestal or the likes in the middle of the
Yes,
room?
the thing in the middle of the room is the sole reason that you're down here to begin with, as it is the thing that beckoned to the both of you.
Mm.
Something more primal inside of you deemed this a worthy venture, at least up until this point.
Were you about to say something before I asked about the gem?
I was just going to say that at this present moment, the allure that it had on the two of you has neither deepened nor dissipated. It is still something that, in just a sliver of your brain, you're trying to figure out how you could just take it and flee with it and not have to deal with this conflict, but take it all the same.
Wait, Lakasha. I could try to stop these things. Can you grab that and we run?
Yeah. Just, yeah.
Yeah. We gotta be quick about this.
Mm-hmm. Quick is my middle name. Proceeds to fail and falls face first on the ground. Well,
I do remember at least I or both of us fell down the stairs that originally led here.
I fell
It
with
was a bit of a
grace.
slip and slide.
Then I am going to use thick mud to soften and make mud around the golem's feet. Obviously more focused around them so that we still have our footing.
That being the case, I believe, if I am not mistaken, I'm gonna need you to give me
I believe it's creativity or harmony for evade and observe.
but you're not really evading them, right? Because you're trying to make them become off balance and
Yeah.
unable to act. Okay.
Yeah.
So the way I wanna go on this, because one part of it is focusing, the other part is obviously this is something you're passionate about. Even if it's not the gym in front of you, it's your bending. So in this moment, you can either choose to push your luck or rely on your skills and training. Which part of your brain is activating right now?
Probably relying on skills and training. I think since they're not currently active, not like running at us, that'd be more me doing the paces of what I know for earthbending.
Okay. Then roll me that, if you will. That's the first roll of the night.
Let's go.
The
Nice.
Okay. So, this is how it happens. As you go to turn the terrain underneath both of these giants into something of a sort of discombobulating experience as they're shifting their weight and proceeding to act according to what you're giving off, which is the intent to take from them. They begin the lunge to attack, shifting in a way that both of their spears end up colliding with each other and twisting in a way and contorting that their bodies move and shift over one another. But rather than simply falling and being just a bumbling of stone like limbs, they are instead contorting in a slightly jarring, if not horrifying, manner as they move over each other in a spider like way, betraying their humanoid appearance. In this moment, their thoughts and their focus is on you as spears lunge and swing around at you. In this moment, though, they have lost focus of caution. As you see this break in their defense caution, what exactly are you doing?
I'm on the edge of either using Lava Star to try and like cut one in half, or metal bindings, like using, because you said the spears are made out of metal, right?
Yes.
Okay, and they're also on the fence of using the metal from the spears to like wrap around their arms to like hold them in place. You know what? You know what? Let's do something cool. Let's cut them in half. Let's cut one in half.
Enough?
Lava Star.
Excellent. Okay. So it is insanity that is a means of defense whatsoever. That just in my
Liz?
brain, like reading it, I'm like, that's. I don't think defense means that.
Sometimes
destroy it.
offense is the best
Is the best
defense.
defense.
It has attack in it.
It's yeah. And
Okay. Roll me focus, please.
yeah, yes.
Okay. So, what takes place is only made more confusing to the two of you as you go and command. You know what? Actually, better put, you explain to me how your lava star looks and works.
So, you know, Aang, when he's like showing off he's an airbender, and the one emote in Fortnite, the spinning balls just between both hands.
Mhm.
Okay, she kind of like does that to form it. And like as it spins, it gets hotter and hotter and hotter until she's like Haruchi, and just flings it at the nearest one.
Sweet, merciful. Um, all right. So as this lava-infused bit of earth goes spinning towards one of the sentinels on the top, it goes right through their center, separating their lower body from their upper body. The legs begin to spin around, and you see as rather than it moving and sort of collapsing, both legs snap off from the waist floating midair, and the legs begin moving towards you. The upper part of its body begins to fuse and meld on top of the sentinel beneath it. And it is a very strange, almost, but not entirely, centaur-like experience that you see before you now, both Yukasha and Bowen, as it is in a strange sort of way performing mounted jousting at this point.
I don't like this.
I don't like this either.
I don't like this, man.
I think we need to leave.
I think we should run.
I gotta get back to plan A. Grab that thing and go.
At this moment, the legs attack in a sort of synchronized position. They come at you from a pincer angle and fling forward at you, sort of flying through the air in what starts off as a kick, but is more just toe bent down, almost becoming very thick-looking javelins aiming towards you. As that is happening, I'll give you time to think about how you want to deal with that. Bowen, in this moment, you are facing a myriad of attacks from both the spear above you and one below you as they begin to start up a steady rhythm, but it steadily becomes faster and faster the more that they strike out at you. At first, it's just everywhere around you, but you can tell at the way that they're moving, it is simply to box in your movements so that they can put you in an angle where they can stab you head on. So, with that in mind, what are the two of you doing right now?
How tall is the room that we're in? How high is the ceiling?
I would say, as far as the ceiling is concerned, you can't touch it by jumping. And even if you were to get atop this entity, it would still be a all or nothing sort of leap to touch the ceiling.
I will use some dust stepping to get higher ground and away from this thing.
Okay.
Not
To
letting
the
it
ceiling.
corner me. Yeah. Higher
Okay.
and away, yeah.
Okay. I feel like this one would also be. No, you know what? I would think in the moment of doing this dust stepping, and because they're trying to pincer you into this sort of elongated space, give me push your luck. Just roll me that passion.
Okay. Well,
Okay. Okay. All of these circles make a square. They kill you. No. You go to do this, and you're sure of your footing. Sweat just sort of rolling down your forehead at this moment as every movement that you make could be your last. Um, Getting ever so close to these combined or conjoined creatures. Bits and pieces of your clothing are the aftermath of the spears nearly making their mark. However, as this goes on, you very narrowly make your way onto a portion of the ceiling, stepping on the dust sort of colliding with each other and sort of fogging up, in a sense, the room. But at this point in time, as you manage to do this, you are in the center of the room, holding for dear life onto the ceiling. And they are now in a position where they are blocking or making it more difficult to get out of this room as they're in front of the stairwell. That being aside, Kasha,
Mm-hmm.
as all this stuff is going on, what are you doing with the legs that wish to end you?
um. Um. This is a tough decision. You said they're coming at me like javelins, right?
Yes, they are angled sort of toe first, foot down in a way that they're flying at you like a kick would, but in this specific visual, they look more like just meaty looking javelins.
um. Next question: is my lava star still active, or is it like just after it cut through the one, it's kind of just disappeared?
No, because you can mark fatigue. Um, as long as it's active, so I would gather that it's still something that you can continue to bend. However, let me look at it just a little bit more. So you would be marking your fatigue each time you use this if you still have it active.
Okay. But I'm gonna still use the sucker. Um.
Okay.
I kind of, or so what Kasha's gonna do is kind of like get like kind of evading. She knows she can only take out one at a time from what she's gonna do, so she's kind of like getting down low to get out of the way of the second leg, but using the lava star, she's gonna pull it back towards her to cut the one aiming right at her, split in half. So in theory, it would like split between her, so she'd be in the middle of it and wouldn't get hurt.
Ah, okay. So, I would say just as it's trying to land square, as it's sort of angled up where your face is. So as it's trying to land square at your head, coming from behind it and stopping just a few meters away from your face, thankfully. It's very hot though, is your star of lava. As both split open sides of the right leg go colliding into a wall behind you, just splintering into it. The one that was going above you goes some distance, but then spins in a sort of forward tilt until it stops in a almost ballerina-like stance, as it's just the toe to the floor. And as it sort of turns to you, between you and the stone, there is nothing. There are no obstacles currently. And it's within sprinting distance. However, you can see that the waist of the two legs that were trying to attack you, the one that you split apart, currently still embedded into the wall behind you and trying to wriggle itself out. The still fully functional leg off to the left of your vision is in place to do something, but the waist is going towards Bowen. Now I say this as you have a choice between Bowen and this gym.
You see, how about both?
That's it's a hard one. You gotta tell me how you're trying to achieve this one.
Okay, so when I first made Kasha, I made her have kind of like on her PNG, you can kind of see how she has like those plates of armor on her chest, and it's really only on her chest, right?
Right.
That's solid titanium she's carrying on her. So by using metal bending, she forms them into chains, one to grab Bowen, one to get the sword or not sword, stone, and just yanks them down to the exit or the stairs.
Interesting. All right. I enjoy the risk of this. Give me push your luck.
Alrighty. Come here, you little. Where the hell are you? Hang on, my brain's trying to run as fast as I can to find it. Found it.
Okay. So, you manage this just out of sheer determination to not allow that waste to fling itself at Bowen, causing him to fall into a speary demise, but also to feed your greed towards that gem in the center of all things. But as you do so, the cost for this is a sharp pain, currently residing in your left thigh as all of this that you were attempting to do, you achieve. You have grabbed the gem. It is flung into your hand. You sort of snag it, and you also cause the waist to go off kilter and spiral out of uh, Bowen's direction. However, in doing all of this, your focus shifted from one particular small detail that you may have been aware of had you not done this. Um, as
Oh, look
the
at that! I've been impaled.
as
No,
all of these things happened, you notice a spear jabbed into your right thigh. The pain is non-existent for the moment, as adrenaline is rushing through all of these things, hitting you with recollection.
It's just a flesh wound. It's fine.
I mean, given the fact that you're carrying titanium on you at all times, it took you a moment to realize it, but then the pain kicked in after the fact.
It's quite literally the Olaf meme. Oh, look at that! I've been impaled.
As this happens, grief. Bowen, you see this. You see that one of the many spears, it's only two, but one of the spears of these conjoined entities has plunged itself into Kasha's thigh. She has the gem in her hand. You had noticed it a little too late, but there was a piece of the first sentinel that is currently conjoined with the one beneath it that was coming to knock you out of this, or off of the ceiling, I should say. But currently, from your position, you are now able to do one of two things. One is very out of character for you, but in this moment, character really means very little as opposed to
Character means
survival.
nothing.
The path forward and out, up the stairs, is free. It's right there. The top half of the sentinel is currently about to attempt to jab yet another spear into Kasha, who is currently dealing with the fact that she cannot move from her position, at least at the moment. But in doing that, it has no visual on the exit. But it would be leaving two things that you had, one you came here with, and the other you came here for. You'd be leaving Kasha and the gym, but you could escape right now. You're not super beat up. You're not super beat up, but it did almost just kill you in this place. You're not sure if some of the things that run through your mind, if they're ever find your body. If you'll at any point be, able to escape this situation should you stay, and finally, if it's worth it.
Run, Bowen, take the gem. I'll be fine.
No.
Don't
you have don't you have the gym?
I can throw it.
We're both getting out of this alive.
All right. With that in mind, what are the two of you doing in this moment?
I'm being all serious. Kasha would just yeet that gem and just be like, I can take care of myself. I'll be fine.
All right. Kasha has thrown the gem.
Wait,
As it comes spiraling towards you, catching it is just a matter of remembering to keep your balance and also just catch the gem when it comes. I'm not going to make you roll for that. You catch it.
Yeah. Okay.
It's in your hands.
He grabs it and butterfingers it falls out. You son of a! You had one job.
Falls
The
out
sentinel
right
catches
under
the gem.
yeah, right under this centaur-esque shaped thing.
It's like, oh, neat. I didn't expect it to go that way.
Yeah.
So, it's in your hands. There's no deep voice within your mind telling you to just leave with it, but just from a rational point, you could. She said that she'd be fine, she'd figure a way out, but also, you have already stated that you're both getting out of here. So, which of those two voices in your mind wins?
Definitely trying to help Kasha get out too. I'll kind of make my way towards the exit, but I'm not. I'm still turned towards them. I'm going to do some earthbending to try to keep the golem away from Kasha.
All right, get real detailed with me. What exactly are you doing?
I'll throw like a little stream of earth at the golem to push it away and possibly hinder it, but making sure there's distance between it and Kasha.
Okay. All right. For this one, give me creativity. And Kasha, roll me focus, please.
Nice. Teamwork.
Dang, 2 full hands, damn.
Like a dream. Amazing. Okay. Well, in this moment, and feel free to go over exactly how you do this, Kasha, but just cliff notes on the matter. You are able to dislodge the spear, and you are given the ability and the distraction to get from one side of the sentinel to the other, nearly towards the stairwell, but not entirely at its exactly at its base. As you witness, or maybe just using that, and you kind of see it out the corner of your eye, this jagged piece of stone come and knock a portion of the face off of the top sentinel. The one on the bottom sort of scuttling and moving as the one on top gyrates a little to the right, too much so, that causes them to go a little bit off balance. So how do you make your brilliant escape from being speared to being free?
I know just ripping the javelin out would not be a very smart idea. So what Kasha's gonna do is kind of snap it just enough that later on she can get it out when she has proper healing available, but enough to not make her bleed out if it came all the way out. And with the portion she snapped off, she kind of throws it at the sentinel that's getting off balance in the hopes it falls over and topples the other one before running to the exit. Well, hobbling, actually. She's going to be limping a little bit.
Okay. So with your Hail Mary toss, as you're getting away and you're on the other side, or rather slipping around or underneath this thing, give me push your luck.
Back here. I need to... Where'd you go? There you go. Shit.
Interesting. Okay. So, as this happens, you go to throw this javelin back at its wielder. And as you're sliding around the creature and you're moving around the still somewhat muddied terrain that Bowen had previously created at the beginning of all of this, several unfortunate things happen in the wake of that. One, you find yourself in a bit of a bind underneath it as the snapped bits of the javelin that you had left inside of your thigh catch on this small part of the stone beneath you, inside of the mud, and in the inner part, the inner knee of the lower sentinel. So you have to pull and scrape in a way that agitates your wound and causes you a fair bit of pain. But you still manage to slide out. However, as you do so, so too comes loose the lodging of that shaft. And so, as you manage to get to the other side with Bowen, and you can tell now as you sort of look back in a glance that the sentinel above has in fact grasped both javelins and is prepared to pierce the two of you. Before that comes to pass, both of you have made your way up the stairwell, or you'll find yourselves there at least as you continue running. At this point in time, it does not proceed after you. In fact, it does not move from the interior of that cavern whatsoever. But the stairs behind you begin to close rapidly. It is simply a push and a race against time and just being smushed, really. But you manage to, at the very last moment, leap and land on the flat-ish surface of this upper part of the archives. As you're sort of laying on top of various plates of scrolls or sort of templates of moves. But you're up.
Look, Kasha and Bowen at the top of the steps, and Kasha's just like, "Oh my god, I almost died."
You good there? I think
Sweet, merciful.
That gem better be worth it.
it wouldn't be guarded by that monstrosity if it wasn't. Hopefully.
So you're both there, sort of just heaving back fresh-ish air. Two things come to mind immediately. One, both Sahira and the safe half are gone. You can hear and you can see sort of a possible reason why, as a hole, almost sort of like a claw mark, is wrapped around the front end of this sort of hall, the one that you came into this place with, because it has no door. It's just a doorway that one can walk in and out of at any point in time. But you see that there are two claw marks on the left and right edges of the doorway. And you can see what looks to be droplets of blood on the ground, and preceding that, footprints. One more massive than the other. And we will explain that in the form of what happened while the two of you were fighting for your lives to take that gem from underneath the earthbending archives. Hoshiko, Yuka.
Whoa. Hello.
Hello.
Hello?
Wait. There we go. Okay, both of you. In this moment, as many other things are happening, you're just kind of relishing in the moment of the fact that bad things have happened to this place of learning that has existed long before the two of you ever came into being.
Me. Very.
Looking on at the destruction, you see that the top uppermost part of the temple is just a hole and slightly on fire.
Can I unfire it? Splash with some water?
You,
I've got water bending.
yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
yeet some water on it.
Can I unfire?
Leave me alone.
So you begin to sort of put out the fire on top of the temple. Duck simply looks to the two of you. Good of you to arrive. It seems that some terrible event has befallen the temple. As he looks to the two of you.
I'm just like, Lydia, taking out the fire. I don't know anything.
It's a shame.
Positive.
I'm
I would
just,
have to nervously watch as Tori puts out the fire.
I'm
I
gonna.
will say that he looks towards you, Hoshiko, as he's asking Yuka, but
Oh,
go ahead.
what is he asking of me?
No, he's asking Yuka this question, but his eyes drift towards you as you look on at the site nervously.
Oh no.
I'm just gonna say, while the eyes shifting, just like, is there any way for us to fix it?
He looks over the temple and has a feathered arm sort of wraps onto a part of it. He looks back to you. Unfortunately, there are no tools to put this back in proper standing.
We have two earthbenders.
This was not made, as he kind of takes his feathered arm off of the temple and he looks back to you with earth in mind.
But we can at least fix the hole in the wall.
He kind of looks at it. It's strangely poetic in a way. Now that I
It's
look
kind
on.
of symbolic. I was thinking myself that the fire attack caused the air temple to have a hole in it. Laugh,
And he,
somebody
once
laugh.
again, there is a grin as he lets out a he lets out a pity chuckle. But his eyes are staring daggers at Hoshiko.
Oh god. I'm covering all I can, Captain. You gotta say something.
I am. I would like to say that I saw a really scary-looking dragon head this area. And of course, I can't control dragons, so I have a bit of no idea what to do here.
A dragon, you say? Very interesting. As he As he says this, you see him pull from, you're not really sure where in that ruffling of feathers, but he pulls out a scroll. Okie dokie. Say. And as he hoists it, for some reason this was off of its intended place, its podium. And I want to know if this might be the culprit? Perhaps an error on my part of its placing. Perhaps something dislodged it and the spirit broke free. And he's not asking Yuka at this point, he's asking you, Hoshika.
What is he holding?
The scroll?
He's holding the scroll that started
The
all
scroll
of this.
that I
The
used.
scroll that you got the blade from, yeah.
That's really funny that you should say that because I have no idea what that is.
You are about to give me something that I've been waiting to ask for
Oh,
a very long
no.
time. This is so
Suddenly God smites you. You're dead. Make a new character.
cool. No. Nothing crazy like that. But he is going to call you out. So, at this point in time, what I need you to do is give me resist shifting your balance.
Ooh.
Because currently, you are going from your method of trustworthiness and freedom towards, well, more freedom than tradition and loyalty.
Okay.
Denying your obligations.
So I'm just gonna roll the obligation button. Ooh,
Give me-
-1
yeah.
on that one. That's so fun. Say solid 9.
Okay. As you stone face look at Duck and you tell him that you have no idea what that is. He looks to you and he looks back at the scroll.
What's that? What's that Key and Peele skit? Where the guy keeps getting sweatier and sweatier.
Just sweating water at this point. Your face is drenched in sweat. But that, that might be because you ran here really fast.
The thing I posted, yeah.
So, as you do this, you make a small, very small, sort of shift in your mind more than your balance. Probably the first time that you've had the option and the ability to successfully lie in a situation like this. But you have succeeded in doing so. As he puts the scroll away, he sighs. Yes, it must have been placement on my part. My apologies. Ah, the wind. True, it has become much windier. As he says that, a gust of wind blows past, almost knocking him off his feet as it just sort of gusts forward. And as it bellows him backwards, and his feet are still planted, but his body is just kind of lifted for a moment. It buffets behind the two of you as you're talking with him, and so you get this gust of wind at this moment that kind of hits your backs. And the twig snapping that you heard before that was in the background becomes more apparent, becomes louder. And you hear the felling of a single tree as it falls, making a loud boom.
Oh boy.
Hopefully above you. No,
boring.
I said hopefully above you. That's all. As that happens, Duck looks on, examining the surroundings. I do believe it is no longer safe for you and your friends to be here. I hope that you were able to find some means of making sense out of your predicament. He says as he kind of scratches his head, remind me, what was it again that you hope to achieve here?
I just want to learn a new type of bending, which I did, so. And also guess why our world is so whack, but I don't think that really helped. I have a lot of questions, and I don't think this world's gonna help me.
It would sooner see you not yourself, if that is the easiest way to put it that you can understand. The longer that you are here, the less you will be the person that arrived. So I think, where is she? As he peers around the corner and he looks back to the two of you. Have you seen Sahara?
Not since we split up to go to the different temples. Thought she went with our earthbending buddies.
I will perhaps check the earthbending temple.
Can we
Excuse me.
come with you? Don't you leave us.
As you say
Word for
that,
word, what
he
she
just-
says as she's like seeing him charge up or something. It's like, no, you're gonna take us there because we're gonna break something.
He was shifting into the fog, and then you just kind of put a hand on his feathery body. And he just kind of looks to you. Oh, of course, come with me. And he just begins to walk very normally, as opposed to
Standing one other
just
way.
sort of Batmaning his way out of your sight. But as that happens, Hoshiko, as you look on one last time to the Air Temple's state, you hear far out and distant laughter, but it feels like it's coming as sort of an echo from within your mind. That is all. As you
You can't just tell me that's all. You monster.
As you're walking, well, I'm not a monster yet. What comes
Oh.
next is why I'm a monster.
You...
As you're both walking in tandem with Duck, turning around the corner, you see something truly not quite right. There stands a creature on its hind legs. It looks like something that would be walking on four legs naturally, but on its hind legs, you see a creature standing in the midst of this pathway. There's no way for you to discern what it looks like as its body shifts the more that you look. Its limbs become more vague and less humanoid as they continue to mix and mesh with the fog itself. And it goes from having fur to having feathers to having skin to having something in between the three of those.
What the fuck?
It has no eyes, no mouth. It's devoid of a nose. Bears no ears. And as its figure stands there, you can see that it is facing you, first and foremost, and beneath it, and not exactly next to you. You're still a ways away, but in front of you and beneath it is Sahira.
Ooh, I'd like to grab our friends. I'm like,
What is
hey,
happening?
hey,
What do we
friend.
see? I
I'd
zoned
like
out.
You
to-
see this creature that I mentioned, and then you see Sahira underneath it, clutching sort of behind her, back, and in a sort of means of defending this item more than
Oh.
anything else. But you see her with the half of the safe that
I have-
Tasha arrived with.
Sakura, I've made circles and I don't know how to get rid of them.
I made circles.
I made circles
in
on
the
the
hell?
map. I don't know how I did it.
Why
All
did
these
you make
circles make
circles? Where are the circles?
You don't see them? I see them just fine. I don't know how to get rid of them.
So, Tori's on a different.
I'm on a
map
different map, by the way.
than-
I haven't been on the map that you guys have been on this whole time. I just forgot to say
Why?
something.
Why did you not say it?
Oh no, I made another one.
Please,
I made
what?
another one. Oh no.
Oh,
I thought about it halfway through. I was
This-
like, this isn't the map we ended on, but maybe we're just imagining today and not worrying about the map Sakura made us.
No, no. Oh, good grief. Claire. Oh, Straw, what have you done?
No. I can't go, thank you.
Okay, there you go. I'm gonna pull you over to the scene.
No. Does ever take me alive?
It is far too late for that. Here. Okay, there you go.
Oh, hey, this is the map I remember us logging off on. Chat, we
My
don't have to use
gosh.
our memories
This-
anymore.
We have visuals, chat.
This entire time, sweet and merciful.
God. Like, damn it, Tori.
Same shit, different map.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
Remember,
As
you
that
can't kill me
happens-
or you don't get to see the two. I helped write this
not
shit.
not going to kill you. Now I cannot say the same. Yeah, I can't say the same for everything around you, but I am not going to kill you.
Make me kill the ones you love the most.
Take 1 point of
Oh.
damage for lack of brain cell. Take shame
You know what?
damage.
Emotional damage.
I will leave the self-inflicted pain to you. But as far as current pain inflicted to someone else, Sahira looks like she has sustained a claw-like wound along her torso, but it doesn't seem to be impeding her as it normally would someone, as it looks like she's more fight or flight based in her brain, so to speak.
There's something
And at
after
this
her,
point
right?
in time, something in front of her, yes, and you can see from the way that it sort of imposed itself in a hunched over expression that it aims to finish whatever it started with her. But something else that you see that further gives you some solidarity on her being the Avatar outside of literally everything else that has happened is the fact that as it goes to slam its claw down onto her, and in the midst of Hoshiko thinking that she wants to whisk away her friend from underneath this creature, you see a tendril of air sort of wrapped with the same fog that's around the creature and just the air around you at the moment, extends out and whips at the creature's presumably face,
So
causing it
something's
to
attacking
stagger
it?
backwards.
Like an air current attacked it?
Yes,
Oh, we got an airbender
see
around
her-
here.
airbend it into its face, and she takes that moment with the safe in sort of the backhand. Uh, Turning to run away, she spots the three of you. Um, and rather than carrying the distance forward with this item, she, in a weird game of deadly hot potato, throws the safe towards either of you, and just sort of in that direction.
A
Whichever of you
safe?
catches it. Yes,
Like a
half of the safe.
full-on half of a safe.
Half.
Oh, right.
Good
Because we
lord.
brought that. I remember that now.
Kasha's safe, the safe that was brought by Kasha. Kasha's
Catch.
safe.
I'm just gonna say, I'm just gonna yell to
Right.
I'm just gonna yell to Hoshiko and be like, catch that! And I want to use Riptide on the monster.
Okay.
Yeet.
All right, roll me advance and attack, which should be something revolving around passion.
Yep.
Yes.
I see it right here. Any bonuses or anything for? It's Misty around.
No.
Damn it.
It is misty. And if you were airbending, I would tell you that there was some form of bonus, but there
Damn.
is not.
Hey, Mist
Um,
has H2O in it.
It definitely does. It definitely does. I would say that in this moment, as you are contemplating that, and in fact, going by that, as you hit this creature with a not so much torrent of waves in the sense of water, but more so with the dense fog as it is in a sort of makeshift wave. I guess made in midair. As it crashes against its face, you see its fur bristle, almost like every hair is a needle of some sort.
What is this hedgehog looking ass motherfucker?
And then it haunches over further, and all of those bristled pieces of fur act in their state, and you see needles fling out towards all of you.
Oh. Okay, that ain't no hedgehog. Fun fact, by the way, hedgehogs and porcupines can't actually shoot out their spikes. Which people think they can, and the reason why they think they can is because the porcupine will quite literally turn around and jump at you with its spike still on it. Fun fact, anyways.
Yeah.
Horrifying.
Yeah, it's very scary. You just see a fucking thing of needles running straight at your face. Anyways.
Man, I had this disorganized horror in front of you. I should just use a singing porcupine.
Yeah,
honestly.
porcupines are terrifying.
And it just spirals into all of you. But yeah,
I couldn't by chance use. I know it says I lose connection, but since I missed, I couldn't chance use that extra water to do an ice wall in front of us, could I? Just as a oh shit, and like turn it back.
I would say that as you're doing this with that miss, it would be following in suit of it. It would be we would be using that miss still, but
So it'd be behind it.
it would work as a you're putting the wall up, and it deflects off a few from fatally injuring the lot of you. However,
Not enough to get them all.
you miss most of the needles.
Yeah.
You don't hit it fast enough to get.
Yeah, I'm down
all
for
of them.
that. As long
And
as I
so-
get some of them. We've got a firebender. She can do something. If she catch the safe.
Speaking of firebender, safe catching. So this is not a small rock that you can catch in your hands. This is a full-on
Yes.
safe.
I imagine that it is a lot bigger than just a rock that I found on the ground.
So I will need you to focus up. Roll me focus.
Oh, no. Roll me
That's not a
focus.
rock.
Oh,
It's
I'm
a
good at
boulder.
focusing. That is a solid 12.
You are in this. You see everything going on, and you very much so need not an outlet, but a change of direction from the heat that is still sort of on you.
Need a win from maybe, possibly unconfirmed
Mhm.
blowing up the air temple.
Yes. And so this is all coursing through your mind as you sort of football catch the safe and go spiraling backwards with it, but you come back up on your feet.
I'm just thinking of like the Acme, just like grab it, sink it to the dirt, and then like slip out from under it. Like a wily
That
coyote.
would be horrible and lead
My
to
pillows
some
are
cartoonish pain. Yeah. You'd be a pancake, but you would have caught it. No, you simply spin, you hit one of the walls in this sort of very narrow pathway that is the ridged up walls around you guys.
Right.
And your roll back is softened in a sort of a bit of luck, a stroke of luck, if you will, by feathers for some reason. And you notice that you have sort of spiraled and rolled back into Duck, who has cushioned your not so much fall, but landing into this wall.
Oh. Well, I know what they say about down.
But you have to get up. He looks at you.
No.
He sort of shoves you back up.
Oh, a bit down feathers. They're good for pillows.
Did you just say that I'm good for pillows?
I mean,
I would be, honestly.
I bashed my head open against a wall, so I think that's enough.
Are the duck and her having full-on conversation?
The duck and her having a full-on conversation down
Enough!
the pathway.
She's just gonna yell, enough chit-chat and help out or we're gonna die by spikes!
We're not gonna die by spikes.
As you say that, you realize that your entire left arm is covered in said spikes.
This
It's
has turned into a difficult situation.
It's on your shoulders and on like the legs of your pants, Yuka. And you see that sort of buffeted by a majority of them along her back as she was throwing the safe. Alongside her back, but not anywhere that would lead to a serious acupuncture issue. A bunch of needles have ended up on Sahara, making her a makeshift porcupine, if you will.
Oh.
Is the definitely not porcupine thing still doing porcupine things?
No. As soon as its fur did that, it returned to looking much more like a naked mole rat than anything else. And then
the little guy used its one fight or flight move like a little blue tongue skink. Oh no, baby, no.
It's not that cute, I assure you, as it's
Blue tongue skinks are not cute.
Oh.
Just fight or flights just make me sad. Because like blue tongue skinks can lose their tail up to 3 times. To avert predators. So like the last time they do it, they just don't grow their tail back. So it just sits there flopping, and it's like, oh, you poor thing, you used your last thing of excuse that you'll never grow back.
That's horrible. The animal kingdom is strange. This thing, however, opts to do more in the terms of straightforward harm as opposed to projectile. And so, as you kind of see it go from fur to skin back to feathers, its arms become more like jagged blades.
Oh boy.
And it bellows out something that is not a roar. It is close to a whisper, but it's something that assaults your mind more than your ears. A sort of sharp throbbing pain hits the front of your head, the tippy top.
Ow.
As you hear this thing bellow out this almost like a scream if it were muted. The fog around it dissipates for a moment, revealing some indescribable horror before coming back.
Can I try to do
And
crushing grip of the
yeah,
sea on it while it's being charging up its attack? Can I be rude in the anime world?
you can be rude. This is a
Yay!
rude situation. Um, as you're doing that, to allow you the time to perform this bending move, Sahira goes to yank both of its arms, uh, what's the word? To either side of the. I want to call them sort of like a cavern wall, but they're not caverns, but just the walls of this pathway, I should say. And so, as she goes to do this, you see once again air sort of coalesce around her hands, and they become almost like makeshift tendrils, and they latch around the arms of this thing and pull it until it is. I keep wanting to say slack, but not slack. The opposite of slack.
Is it impaired by chance? Because that will help my move.
It is.
Yes!
Currently.
I only have to spend 2 instead of 3!
Oh gosh.
Because
How
I
much
think
fatigue
that's
are
how
you
it.
at? How much is everybody at?
I was at 0 until just now. I just put 2 because the other one didn't require fatigue.
0.
Zero, I believe. Or I'm at
I'm
0 over here.
I'm at 2.
2.
Say I'm at 2 now since I counted crushing grip of the sea, but
Okay.
I'm at 1, but I don't remember where I put that 1 from. It might have been from last session.
It was from the dragon shocking you.
yeah, you redirected.
Good point.
Of you bending like.
Could imagining that's pretty
Yeah.
tiring.
Unsuccessfully.
I mean, you did negate it.
Yeah.
Just hit something else. We didn't die and it didn't strike your heart. I count that as a win, as a bit of a W.
That's a dub.
Yeah, that's- The 2 worst things that could have possibly happened to you did not happen, so we win these. And Bowen, you said 1 for you too?
I'll double check, but I don't think I have it.
None? I mean, if you don't have any, you don't have any.
Oh, no, I do have 1 fatigue. Don't remember for what. I believe it.
Hey, question, Sakura. I want to make sure I'm reading this right.
Okay.
So on Crushing Grip of the Sea, it says mark 1 fatigue to inflict impair on a foe, mark an additional 2. So that would mean if it wasn't already impaired, I would have done 3 there, right?
Correct.
Okay, I wanted to make sure.
It is a strong move and requires a strong sacrifice.
Mm-hmm. Which is funny enough as I'm unintentionally making that her, like, iconic move. Because she uses
Love
it
it.
pretty
Okay.
frequently recently.
Look, you have to have your special bending move, or it wouldn't be Avatar.
We're just gonna have to make it unique to her somehow. I'll think on it.
Hey, get as detailed as you want right now, in fact. As you do this, as I would love to hear how you go about using the crushing grip of the seas, devoid of the seas, in a sort of land of fog at the moment.
So, this is my anime thought, okay? So this is
Okay.
in Yuga's mind how she wants it to play out. You can see how she plays it out because you're But so in her mind, she wants like so like in Naruto when they're in the they're fighting the Mist Ninja with the mirrors and everything. Way earlier
Yes.
episodes. Yes. So imagine that kind of scenario without the mirrors. And she just has tendrils coming out from the fog because she's using the H2O from the mist and collecting it as best she can to like have them come out at random so that way the monster can't predict where it's gonna grab. And since Mini Avatar is already impairing it, she's just like doubling down on keeping it tied up as strong as possible. But it's kind of like a scary like It movie where you don't know where the hands are coming from.
Okay. I would say that point in time. Yeah. Okay. Because at this point, it is a means of attacking, but it's also
Yeah. It's mainly for trapping. Because
yeah,
I'm paying the
it's more of a
double.
trapping thing.
Because that's what the impaired's for when you first do it. But since it's already impaired, I'm just making sure it stays.
Okay. I would say, yeah. So, as far as I think this would go, all of that works out perfectly fine. And it goes off
Wait.
without a
Wait.
hitch.
Hang on.
Oh,
I just realized something I didn't add into my thing. So she's like, this is a spirit world. In her little brain and all her little nerdiness, she has thought of she's thinking positive thoughts. She's thinking it's gonna work. The spirit world is at my beck and call, and I know it's gonna work. That is her mindset right now. Because everything she's read about the avatars, the spirit world is all about your manifestation. She doesn't know if that's gonna work for her, but that's what she thinks. So sunshine, rainbows, the spirit world is mine to work with right now, and I will return it when I'm done. She's pulling in her inner witch. She's like, I am manifesting this shit. The world around me is my oyster, and I will return it back when I am done with not needing it.
if you do return it at all.
Bom. Turns out I was a black witch. I stole the spirit world. It's mine now. Everybody get it.
Dang. Alright, we gotta just pack up the stuff.
Plot twist, Yuka's the villain. Dun dun dun.
New final boss.
It would make for a very interesting twist into a season 2.
Oh no, I'm getting panty and stocking flashbacks.
Villain tropes aside, though, as you go and trap this thing in this veil of sort of makeshift fogged water, allowing Sahira to release its arms and get far enough away that she can, with arms sort of pulled back and fists becoming an open palm, she takes in the fog sort of around into her hands and shoves it back in a forward motion, causing this currently wrapped up in a foggy water creature to break and sort of blast through the walling of this enclosure, smashing through it and colliding with something, whatever lies at the other side, as you hear crashing and other things snapping and
So there's
breaking.
another monster?
You said what?
Is there another monster? Or did I mishear
Possibly.
you?
I mean, I told you that there were things happening in the background that were getting closer and closer to you, but didn't sound like they were coming from above you. And that had nothing to do with this thing.
Well, I'm gonna hold this thing down. I also want to shout out, hey, maybe go get our friends!
You don't have to hold anything down, as the thing that you were holding has broken eye contact with you as it went through the wall and out whatever is behind there. You don't know what's back there exactly because the fog is getting thicker and harder to see anything.
Okay, let's regroup with our friends, shall we? And maybe get the fuck out of here, mini avatar.
Hero looks to you, taking in breaths, and at this point, I would say before it was a sort of doubt and refusal on any time you would reference her and the avatar being the same person, but at this point she kind of just acknowledges it, at least for the moment, nods to you, and is just sort of picking herself up and picking all of the needles out of her back.
Yeah, I'm gonna also be doing the same.
Speak
just with
yeah.
water. Just gonna use my water to poke it out, just in case he's just eat.
I will say though, as that's happening, and as Hoshiko is holding on to the safe, you hear a distorted voice speaking to you,
Oh shit.
Hoshiko. demanding and screaming and whispering, pleading, asking you all in the same breath to free it. And it is a series of voices, all that sound completely different and distant from each other, but are saying the exact same thing. Um,
It's just like speaking inside my mind.
Inside your mind.
no,
Return the
No? Is
star.
it coming from
no, it's
something?
coming out of the safe. It's something that is audibly heard, not just by you, but by Yuka and by Sahira and possibly by the duck.
The fuck? What the duck doing?
So, I take it we
What
don't
is the
listen
duck
to
doing?
that
Anyways.
thing?
The
I
duck
like-
is frozen in fear. He doesn't give you any
I'm
advice.
gonna pick up the duck and cuddle the duck. Like, coddle, not cuddle. Coddle. Like, pet it. As we continue to walk towards our friends. I'm just gonna say, worry about the voices later. Let's get to our friends.
Sit there, cuddle the duck.
Just cuddling the duck.
Well,
I'm like
it's
gently
not a,
pushing people towards the direction of the Earth Temple.
Yeah, I would say that if you ignore the voices, you can definitely give me harmony on the way there. Bowen, Kasha,
Mm-hmm.
the two of you, as I mentioned, saw the claw marks, saw the dripping of blood, saw the footprints. More than likely followed, or maybe continued to stay where you were. Just kind of getting your bearings. I wouldn't think the latter, simply because, Kasha, you're just
Nah,
dripping
it's a
blood
flesh.
onto the floor.
It's a flesh wound. We're following those footsteps.
Okay, all right.
Rub some dirt on it.
Look, exactly. What kind of bender would I be if I didn't see blood on the ground and was like, I'm gonna follow that?
Okay. Not a bloodbender? It depends.
I don't know. Maybe on my great grandma's side.
That being said, as the two of you rush out or walk out, one of the two, somewhere in the middle, you almost collide with, I would think, Yuka as she's leading this charge to go find the lot of you. So if you would move your tokens out of the temple, and then you guys move your tokens down the path. I just need you to come. Not that path.
No.
I was
Oh.
gonna say
Not that
that's
path.
the door. That's the door.
This way?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that way.
Come
And
on.
that left path.
Hoshiko.
Why am I not?
You can't move your character, huh?
Why am I not able to move my character?
What?
I don't
Ow!
know. That's why I'm asking.
Hold on.
Are you on person?
There we go.
There you go.
Okay.
Fucking reason it just wouldn't work.
It was on ruler for me when I got it for some reason.
That's the most funky.
Little weird, little scary. But yeah, as you collide with Kasha and Boa and Yuka, as you're all kind of hitting the corner at the same time,
And then, ow! Just run it down. Wait, who am I running into, Sakura? I need to know.
hold on.
Don't make her run into the temporary crippled.
I might. We're
Oh,
gonna
damn
let
it.
the sky decide.
I need to know if I met
so-
with female boobs or male boobs is the main objective of my
Would
question.
there be a problem with either?
No! I just need to know what kind of reaction I'm going to give you.
Kasha.
Yes! Just walk straight in, heads first into boobs. Oh, nice. That's all you hear. Just a muffled nice. And then, oh hi!
Is now really the time Sirius kind of
Hey,
still
look,
holding.
I didn't mean to run into her. Fancy, we were just looking for you
Just
two.
Just like a pat on the head. You can you can Google about them later, or Oogle about them later.
Damn.
Yes, Coco.
I'm so used to saying I'm about to be sweating for something, and
It's Hoshiko.
this time it's Hoshiko just like
See, if I would have run into Bowen, it would have still been nice, just not muffled.
No.
Hashiko's just taking the scarf and like tapping the sweat away, staring at Asha's chest.
Do you still have spikes on you, Hoshiko? Did you ever take those off?
I don't
Looks
remember you.
good question.
I don't think you did.
I don't
So you
think
guys just see a very spiky Hoshiko. So we ran into a monster, and it kind of went away. And Duck said we need to leave.
We also ran into some kind of golem monster.
I think
Some
the
more than
spirit world
others.
is tired of us being here.
I think I'm tired of being here.
Looks at Mini Avatar. Can we go home?
I think that would be for the best. I can try. I don't know if I'm in a good place to do it, but
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab her by her shoulders. Go no.
what?
Look at me.
Not right here.
No.
We're getting out
That's not what I'm saying. The spirit world, you gotta think positive. So if you're thinking you can't do it, you can't do it. You gotta think that you're gonna be able to do it. You think I caught those
What?
those vines from out of nowhere a minute ago? No. The spirit world, in the nicest way possible, I look around, is your bitch for the time being. And you tell the spirit world, hey, I'm gonna borrow your magic and we're gonna do this. And then you can have it back. You gotta be large and in charge, okay?
He nods and just kind of like she's really taking to heart the pep talk, and then
You got
in the
this.
background, being held by Hoshiko, is a screaming safe.
Oh wait, should we
with
handle that?
distorted wailing.
Isn't that the
So
whole
it's like
thing
you're
you
saying
came
that,
for?
and she's nodding, and she's trying to like get into a positive headspace. It's just a screaming safe back there. It's how she kind of looked to it.
Fine.
That is your safe, so to speak. Not your safe, but your safe.
Oh, you found my safe.
It's got a screaming rock in it.
Yes. It's got a very
Not another
angry,
talking rock.
depressed, scared thing inside of it. And I would like it to not be in my hands anymore. But
It's
again,
not- it's
this
not
is
a
up
rock
to you.
inside.
I cannot stop you.
It's
And I
like
cannot stop you.
if you were to look in. I mean, it would be funny. The tug of war between Hoshiko and Kasha would just be like this. It's like a bodybuilder being assaulted by like a high schooler. It's very scrunchy. Um, I would say what you see inside, or rather on the edge of the half side of this safe, as I mentioned at the beginning, but just to come back around to it, you see something like, if you look onto the Discord really quick, it's more like a swirling vortex of energy
Ah!
than it is anything inside of it, because it's not whole. And because of that, the voice that should maybe be clear is distorted and, again, screaming, whispering, pleading, demanding, and asking in equal measures for you to free it, to no avail. And it has not stopped. It's almost as if it's on repeat in just different forms of asking and demanding.
Is it? What's the female? What's the avatar's name again? I always forget.
Which one?
Hira.
The
This
one
one?
the one next to us.
Oh,
Not the
The
one we
hero.
don't know yet.
so many. Yeah, but it's here.
Seer. Okay, I thought I was
now.
right. Yeah, for now until we
So
change it indefinitely. Just to be
For
like, so here,
amnesiac
should we
name.
not handle that before we go, though? Is that not one of the things you're looking for? And points to safe screaming.
She looks to it. I've never seen anything like that.
Well-
Most of them are in gyms and rock-like structures. It's a whole man-made safe. That's out of my jurisdiction.
No. There's a thing screaming inside it.
Yeah. And she just kind of puts it, and I would say this as like this is something that is normal to her and not to anyone else. She puts a hand in it,
Whoa!
and she tries to pull it back out, and there's nothing. Nothing happens. Yeah, I can't reach in to do anything about that. She just
Are
does
you
that
telling me
normally.
that one of us is gonna have to grab it for you?
I'm saying that we probably have to maybe take it back where we. And she looks to Kasha almost quizzically when she says this. Take it back where we found it, or you could maybe try yourself if you want.
You
She kind
know,
of motions
I
to putting your
don't
hand
want to
inside of
touch
it.
it. I don't think any of us should touch it. I mean, last time one of us touched it, it got mad at
Fine.
me and fell in love with her. So I think we should just go home. How about we go home and handle this later? There's a whole
Wait.
thing with the side of that rock thing that we're gonna have to deal with later.
She stops you for a moment when you say that, and she looks to Kasha. Where is that gem?
Well, you see, kind of had the moment of, do I keep my leg or do I throw the rock? As Bowen.
Wait. As she looks to you. Are we talking about the same gem? As she looks to Bowen, who's currently. Are you still holding the gem? Or are you...
I would have probably put it in a pocket.
Okay. She
But-
sort of looks to Bowen.
She was talking about the previous gem, the one that was talking to you.
Oh, that one. Where did I
Red.
put that one?
Well, you said it was on your person, but then you had a whole hotel suite scene, and then you left to go on a mission. A lot of stuff happened in between that. Is it still
fell
on your
out of your
person?
I'm trying to remember.
You
I
should
don't
roll
remember if I left
two
it with
dice.
the pearl or if I kept it with me.
You should roll a 2 dice.
You know what? The 1d2 has always served us.
Yes.
like
One,
like
it's
a
on your
beautiful thing.
person.
Do that.
2, it's not on your person.
2, it's in the hotel with Sav and
Yep.
Rafi.
Yeah.
It's in with Rafi.
Wow.
It's
I
with
think-
the rat. It's with the rat.
That came crazy.
I want to be known, the way the dice rolled on my end, it like spun like a coin and then just jumped to 2. It was about to land on 1 before it said, nah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, as you check your pockets, that is not on you
It's like,
whatsoever.
I think I left it with the rat. I mean Pearl.
Why would you leave it with a
You-
pearl?
Briefly freaks out.
It's because, I don't know, man. I was in a life or death situation. I gatekeeped a man into thinking.
Okay.
he hit a woman-
Hey,
he
once
hit
we get
another
home,
person.
let's just get home. We'll figure it out from there. No need in stressing ourselves out here. Because the more we stress ourselves out here, the more likely more shit's gonna come out of us. So you, my fine, fair avatar, get us the fuck out of here.
Stops herself mid panic and looks to you. Right, I have to do that.
You can do this. You
This-
got this. The greatest avatar to ever live. Let's go.
Okay.
Hype her up.
And
I
she-
look at the other 3. Hype her up.
Yeah,
you got this.
You're doing great. Just think about not here. Think about
Think
There's
about
no
rainbows
place
and
like home.
puppies.
There's no
Don't
place
make
like
that joke around me. For some reason, Yuka's very angry about that joke.
What the
Dorothy, I mean Yuka, I mean Dorothy, I mean Yuka.
Instead of ruby slippers, she got ruby hair.
What the fuck, man? I hate shit.
Same
So-
shit. Same shit, different day.
As
Same shit,
you
different story.
as you go between hyping her up and the exchange between maybe Hoshiko and Kasha of the safe and whatever happens in between that, uh, she sits in a sort of zen-like state. And you start to see things around you, at least the immediate space where you're in, start to distort. Not in part by her. Whatever she's doing hasn't started yet.
Oh, fuck.
But the space around you starts to distort. And the snapping of twigs becomes, and branches becomes louder and louder. And
Oh, shit.
how many of you are the kind of person, I need to know this character-wise, not you
Mhm.
specifically out of character, but you, the character. How many of you are the type of person to look up in a place of horror?
Not me. Not
Yeah.
Yuka. Yuka would not.
Okay.
Kasha would.
I do,
would-
but didn't you
I
hear?
hear, like, a
Didn't you
sound.
say we heard branches breaking?
Yes.
I'd look like
But
up
you're-
the trees and around. I wouldn't look like straight up in the air, at least not till I've checked the room.
I'm just looking at the avatar. I'm like, come on.
Okay, so Bowen and Kasha see it then at that point, unless Hoshiko is also the type of person to look up in a scene of horror.
If I hear branches, yeah, I'll probably look up. Like branches snapping, you said.
Yes.
I'd like to think.
Okay. So, in that case, the three of you, as Yuka's just self-helping Sahira into getting you all out of here, you see at first trees, just a myriad of trees. In betwixt them are faces, just full-on faces in the fog that can't be seen where you are, towering over you. This is much larger than even that massive-looking dragon that had appeared much early on. And as it's descending from the fog, just getting closer and closer, you see the floor beneath you that should be stonework and walls along your sides begin to shift into sort of a floorboard and the regular walls of a building. And as this sort of shifts over and atop all of you, the last thing that the three of you see is the stonework of a somewhat feminine face. You see this for all of a moment, and it's as if it's something that your brain tells you shouldn't be seen. And so before you're able to completely see whatever it is, your brain just sort of stops for a moment. And the next moment that you blink your eyes, you are all in the wonderful little medicinal shop / home of Chaha.
Woo, you did it! I'm a hugger. A tackle hugger, specifically.
He's not in the room.
What?
Oh,
You're just in the room that she had allocated to Sahira.
Wait, but isn't Sahira with
Minus
us?
Yeah, Sahira's
Sahira's the one I want to body tackle. She did it!
Okay.
Jesus.
as you do this. It's just a sort of flump as she has no strength to catch you.
You did it! I'm so proud of you.
She laughs and cries
No.
and laughs.
Are the other three? Are you guys looking freaked out, by the way? Because I didn't see what you guys saw. So
There's no world in which you look back to them and they're not looking as if they had seen several million ghosts all at once.
you guys,
that's real.
you guys good?
No,
What happened?
no,
Define good.
you don't want to know.
For the briefest of moments, you all bore witness, well, most of you bore witness to the Mother of Faces.
I'm gonna say, was that the fucking Mother of Faces? I hate it that I didn't look up. Damn.
I don't know. The mother faces it.
It's a spirit. I think they only talk about once in the show. I think Aang sees them. It's a spirit that literally will like make deals with you if you give it your face. And it has lots of faces. Like one of the faces is Zuko's mom.
I know her name.
Here, I will give you I can either say it to you in a description format, or I can give it to you in
There you
a
go.
look and behold kind of format.
Yep. So like Zuko's mom made a deal with it and swapped faces. That's why Zuko was never able to find his mom, because it's a totally different person. Because swapped faces gave her face for a new face. It's
And
a
got rid of her
scary
memories.
fucking thing. And got rid of her memories. Yeah, he takes memories. I think the most recent, not Katara, but the other waterbender, I think his wife's face got stolen by him. Her? It? Them? Two? Her? Yeah, I think her.
Her.
I think she stole his wife's face, which is why that particular avatar has such a fucking beef with the spirit world.
Yeah, he wanted to go to war, and he did. It just didn't work out.
I like how,
It's the spirit world.
unironically, Yuka in game is a nerd about the avatars, and Tori in real life is a nerd about the avatars. As soon
It
as
all
you
works
said a
out.
million faces, I was like, oh, you guys are running into the thing.
It's fine. It was just a brief moment. Nothing happened. You still kept your faces in your
So
memories.
everyone was got your face on, right? No one missed the face.
Well, I would say
I
all of you.
feel my
Oh
face
no.
And as Hoshiko feels her face, it's still there. It's still there.
It's actually been replaced by my face.
So, as all this happens and tears of joy and fear are dropped in equal measure, I would say that in betwixt the joy of not being there anymore and just the sheer horror of everything that happened all kind of hitting at once, and the fact that some of you are still just bleeding out on the floor.
Oh yeah, I'm probably still bleeding pretty bad from all those needles, huh?
The needles, and well, Kasha's situation is a little bit different. She has a
My
hole in her
leg!
finger.
Can I
Just a
heal
small
that
one.
with whatever healing water? I
Yeah.
gotta go get more healing water because this will probably be my last. Canonically, I'm gonna
Yeah,
say
it
this is
is.
the last bit of healing water she's got on her. She gonna need
Given the
more.
fact that you did
I feel
all that other stuff
yeah.
and the crushing grip of the sea,
Well,
it's
because
like, that's probably
healing water is different, right? Isn't healing water a whole nother thing that you have to actually get? Like that's a special type of water, whereas you've got normal
Yeah, it's
water that
not
you can
as-
just bend.
as- Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but
like
no.
it would be like in
100%.
a special compartment of something.
So for story purposes, because this girl has been through a lot, she's gonna heal the leg the best she can, and then promptly pass the fuck out. Because that's a lot of bending for someone who doesn't do bending that much.
Yes.
So literally just
For all
healing,
of you, really.
healing, and all you see is just Yuka like slowly nodding off as she's healing the leg, and then bang.
I would say in that regard, as Yuka passes out, probably Sahira would catch you. At this moment, though, as Yuka has fallen unconscious, and the rest of you are just kind of reeling from everything, Kasha.
Mhm.
Leg restored aside, the safe is whole.
Mhm.
Safe is whole and in your possession.
So yeah, you just you went from holding half a save to a whole ass save. I imagine you just went whoa.
I stutter stepped a second, but I'm good. I can hold this. I can hold this, right?
You can't hold this. As it's whole again, you have to put it on the ground.
She's like, I can hold you as long as I. Okay, I give up. Just puts it on the ground.
If you no longer want your spine, you may hold this for as long as you As you put it on the ground, though, and it makes its own indentation on the ground, you finally have a ceasing of the voices. That as you came into this room, there was just senseless screaming happening that caused alarm to anyone that was nearby to sort of examine what was going on. But you take note of the fact that it is the most middle of the night, I should say, and possibly not the day that you arrived in the spirit world in. You're not sure how times work out there and in here, but upon arriving back, um, the door is ajar, as if someone had been in here multiple times, examining everything. Everything has been upturned here and there, as if Chaha came in and looked around for all of you a couple of times, realizing that you're not there. Um, no one came at the sound of the screeching, at least anyone nearby. Um, and as the safe is silent again, uh, it begins to shake
Oh,
and rattle.
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's still shaking. It's not enough to cause it to flop over, but it's moving with intent.
Oh,
Whoa.
whoa. I'm passed out, so I can't really help. This is on y'all.
Mhm.
You just leave it alone and let everything else kind of take its course as you all get your bearings, or do you interact with it?
Gosh, this was your safe. What's supposed to be in this?
You see, I don't remember.
Oh.
I know I
So,
think I stole. I not stole. I apprehend. No, I got it. I achieved it from the mayor's office. Wait, no, I
that's
didn't.
amazing. You got it
I
from
did.
the town hall, not the
Town hall.
mayor's
Town
office.
hall.
Town hall, you got from the town. That's just like I love that. I want to not remind you of the reason why you went for it, just because I want to believe that everything that happened definitely discombobulated Cautious. So her not knowing is just perfect for me.
It's perfect. Yeah. You see, the last thing I remember is Spider Sniper Bitch hanging from a window. I gaslit a man. I caused an entire uprising in the city hall. There was a getaway driver. Last thing I remember is I was in a van. I think it has important documents in it, but I'm not 100% sure.
I don't think documents bounce around in a safe like
There
Okay.
is something bouncing around.
So it's logical deduction. It's not paper. Could it be more of the crystals who spoke to me before? Possibly.
Sahir just kind of shrugs. I mean, if we just open it, I can fix that problem right here and there.
It's a safe. Is it?
We could try.
Do we know the combination?
It's made of metal. We're
She-
earthbenders.
I
She
can't.
stops for a
Metal.
moment.
No, you only want your middle bender. Don't rub it in your face.
Yeah, I would say that. Like, Sahira's like, I can open the safe. Sahira's sitting there. You know I'm an earthbender, right? I bend metal for a living. And she just, like, flicks it and it crumbles.
Oh, as you go to flick it to make it crumble.
She wouldn't flick it to make it
Finger
crumble, but she would, like,
breaks.
but she would try to be like, all right, so here's a hinge, let me just try and snap. All else fails, we got Hoshiko. She's a firebender. Just melt it like a welder.
I can certainly try. It will take a while, I hope, I think.
We got a lot of different options to opening this safe.
Okay. So, bearing that in mind, it is going to take those myriad of options because the first installment of trying to bend off the hinges and melt it just a little bit are met with a slight achievement. You don't exactly get any ground going, but you start to see the fruits of your labor maybe around like 30 minutes of just heavily trying everything you can bending wise before you even attempt to think about combinations at all whatsoever.
I would say after that 30 minutes, the couch is like, I'm tired of this. Start putting in random numbers. There's 900. There's how many Okay, if is it a dial combination?
Yes.
Okay, so normally dial combinations only have 3 numbers, so there's like 999 possibilities.
Only.
Is it
Cue the
just
song.
is it
Um,
just the lock that's on this thing? Like, it's not. Is it locked into like is the dial on the doorknob itself, or is it like a doorknob with a handle and the lock is over it?
no, it's the dial is the handle to this thing. There's no other
That-
like
That's
means of
really
opening.
unfortunate.
That is so stupid.
Oh,
All
it's-
right.
Yeah, somebody made a very dumb looking save.
Let's start. Let's go combination 1 1 1. Nope. 1 1 2. Nope. 1 1 3. Nope.
Wait, hold on there. Before you try all 999 combinations, let's see if you can just get lucky.
Let's see if we can get lucky. That sounds better.
Okay, so I'll have the I would say the 4 of you, because at this point, as you're trying all these things, I think that at some point Yuka would come back into consciousness and you'd still be there trying things.
What is
So-
happening?
Knowing our luck, she'd wake up as soon as we get it open. It's like, I got it. It was 900. It was 99.99 1.
Can I roll a D2 for you to decide if that actually happens? Please.
Go for it.
How do I do this again?
You'll wake up on the 30-minute. Slash R space 1d2.
1D2. Not D22.
I just need to see the one.
There you go.
Wow. That's amazing. I just need to see $1 million in cash in my hands right now. Okay.
Waking up. What's happening? Why are you guys being so loud?
I got it. It was a combination 36 45 1.
What the hell?
So,
oh, my head.
We're gonna warp time a little bit again.
Cracking the safe.
I just need all of you to give me I wouldn't say yes, actually. No, that's perfect actually. Give me push your luck.
I forget that that's a
Everyone?
thing that we have.
Yes, everyone.
I love this game.
Luck.
Shit.
Oh, this might be great.
Where is it?
Oh, thank
Oh,
God.
There we go there.
Moves.
Ooh.
Wait.
Ooh!
That was
No.
only you.
No,
No
way.
way.
Not the only
No
person
way.
who fucking just
Gosh.
woke up. Guys. Guys, please. I just
So,
woke up.
This is how it happens. We're just gonna walk through it, okay? So, as all of you, and I mean all of you, we'll even roll for Sahira real quick.
Oh,
Just
no.
real quick.
Oh, God.
And just, this is...
I would laugh. Please,
really
please
great
let
stuff.
Sahira. Please let Sahira miss. So it's like as soon as Yuka wakes up, she's like, "Hang on,
Everyone
I
else
got it."
passes out. I'm like, what?
Please, damn it.
Oh, thank God.
That would've
Hit
been
an... Oh,
funny.
my God. We hit twinsies.
I'm just gonna... We're gonna move this one to... You can see her come to the same conclusion, but you could just kind of waking up and seeing all 3 of you just sort of mind melding on combinations, and like you have your own different formulas on how to do this, and you're just Ocean's 11ing this thing, but none of you are coming up with the success that you need. And then Yuka waking up
It's like, try this number.
bends it with a random twist. It's not one of those, oh, I've seen all of you do this. No, it's just random combination. And you hear a click.
And it's like, well, why weren't you awake earlier?
Man, you guys can't do crap without me here. I can't take a nap for 5 minutes.
Listen, you're the brains, I'm the muscle. That's how
Bro,
our
if I'm the
relationship
brains, we are
works.
screwed.
And then somehow Sahira explaining this all to the audience of how Yuka did this, even though Yuka doesn't know how she did this. It's just sort of like an out of body. The audience getting the anime summary of what's going on. But yeah, as all of that is happening, And Yuka's taking triumphant opening the safe, and all of you looking at the safe as it opens on its own after she gets this combination. It continues to do so until it pops all the way open in a slow, very meticulous manner. Nothing inside, as far as you can
There's
tell,
your
just
creak.
hollow and dark until it finally opens. So you're all a really amazing team. You're all incredibly great together. I just want to
And
say
now
that
we're
you're all
dead.
super great. You're all dead now.
Plot
I
twist,
need
this
you
wasn't
all
the
to
season
roll
finale.
me-
It was the finale.
It's the finale of everything. Give me harmony. And know that there are some high stakes to this.
Oh no.
Alrighty.
All of us.
All of you.
Come on.
Oh!
Oh. Goodbye,
This-
Yuka, you exploded.
It's insane.
Yay!
Good.
Harmony.
It's on the main character sheet.
All right, so this is Bowen's main character moment. I'm
Hey,
not
let's
She's just gonna fail
go.
this. I'm not rolling for it. She's just gonna fail this too. So
I passed back out.
no, unfortunately.
You all die, make new characters for next season.
No, I would never make things that easy. So first and foremost, we're gonna take it back to good old-fashioned Riptide City.
Oh.
Yeah. We'll take you all back there. As it loads.
And loads.
And we'll let this loading screen sort of just work in what we're doing here. Bowen. As this safe finally opens and a bright light peers through the darkness of the room and just the safe itself, what you see before you starts off like some weird, twisted centipede. The very odd shaped, like bygone time sort of looking mask on its face. And as it protrudes through the light, you, in this moment, in just sort of a very crystal clear clarity, mentally and I would say emotionally, there's no expression on your face. The surprise kind of hits, but it's not something that you're keenly aware of at first. A more serious expression takes hold as you see a very unfamiliar expression on the face coming from the mask. You see, at first, nothing. And then, as the face forms around itself, it becomes someone that holds a special part, like a core memory in your mind, be it for better or for worse. And rather than it contorting into anything else, what you see next takes your focus away from it, whatever emotion that was about to hit you when you saw this thing sobbing in front of you. You see everyone else. You see as their faces begin to become more rigid. Some of them dissolve until there is nothing there. It happens not completely, but in parts. So, kind of going around the room here with your eyes. you see Yuka without a mouth. You see Hoshiko without eyes. And finally, you see Kasha missing both, but still in possession of her nose and her ears. All of your baser instincts tell you to make your own faces in regards to this, but something in you, something deep down, brings you to a state of not panicking. All of your greatest achievements have happened in a place of focus and logic. And as you sort of harness this, the thing coming out of this safe shoots forward, or rather upwards, into the ceiling, and you see that it coils around the ceiling at first and then breaks through the wall, or rather, one of the walls in the room, and as it pierces through, it escapes into the night.
Oh.
Well, shit.
And as it does, you have heard stories of this. It's not something that is completely unaware to you, but the fact that it's happening right now is something that finally dissolves that stoic mentality that you had for that brief moment. As you realize, and it all sort of sets in, that the thing that left Chaha's hut was Ko, the face stealer.
Fuck!
As it does so, it escapes into the night. And all of your friends around you, at least for this brief moment, they are unconscious. What is going on through your mind at the moment?
One of us?
Bowen.
You're on.
He's the only one currently conscious.
Yeah, all of us passed
Yeah.
out again for me.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Part three. Part three of passing out.
Hunks your time. Worried about the power of that thing and having to deal with it, but kind of relieved that we don't have to deal with that right now since we just got back and everything, and everyone's some kind of injured or exhausted and now passed out. So I'm definitely going to just take some deep breaths and sigh of relief of not having to deal with that, and then check on my friends.
Had a character. That's a
Oh.
season 2 problem.
It is.
That's
You-
tomorrow me problem, not a today me.
You've officially been granted the hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil challenge.
You know, I thought that's what you were
Um,
trying to reference when our eyes and mouth started disappearing from us. I was like, oh shit, that's cool as fuck. And then it wasn't, and I was sad.
No, it is.
Oh, it is?
As you
Okay,
look
yay.
around, as Bowen looks around to examine his friends, that is in fact the case.
Fucking.
The only solace you can take in this, which is a small one, it's the smallest solace to this, is that as you look towards Sahira, her expression is a bit different than your own in this moment. But first, I need to know, what is your expression in this moment as you see this?
As I saw the centipede face stealer, or after it's gone,
As you-
like present?
The aftermath. Yeah.
Just sigh of relief that we're back now. Like I said,
That's
don't have to
fair.
worry about that for now. Like,
Yeah.
literally monsters just popping out left and right in the spirit world. Like, someone else can deal with this one, it'll be fine.
We have a second avatar. That's why we got them for.
Yeah. Well, in this moment, as you are maybe trying to sort of raise your friends from their unconscious state, looking over to Sahira, her face is fully there still, much like your own, but it is a state of not shock, but realization. As almost as if in her mind is a playback of everything leading up to this moment. And the only thing that she tells you is she says this softly, not so much in relation or to the betterment of anyone in the room, but just to herself mostly than to you second. I remember all of it.
No shit.
And she's just there in that state of shock as all of you start to wake up. I'm not going to make you wait 5 more hours to wake up. You all start to wake up.
Oh, if I pass out
realizing
one more
that
time.
As you say this, Yuka, you realize that that's happening in your mind. Not so much your mouth.
Oh.
It's not there.
Just gonna feel my mouth like,
Oshiko, you wake up, and maybe it's still really dark in here, but you could kind of see your friends before. It's just maybe it got even darker after whatever happened. But you can't see anyone. And anyone looking towards Oshiko realizes that she is devoid entirely, just smooth skin in that area of her eyes.
That's crazy.
Hate it.
And finally, Kasha, as you kind of come back from everything, you as well can't see anything in particular. And your mouth doesn't move the way that it's supposed to. As you feel it, you understand why, as it's not there. And feeling on your head, where your eyes should be, to sort of spring them open a little bit, you realize that it's all smooth right there. The only thing you do feel for certain that's still there. And it's there, as you can also very apparently smell your hand, is your nose. All of you come to these realizations, one after the other, sort of single file, but in no discerning order. Either of you can, quote unquote, speak first. Where are we right now mentally?
Pretty worried about my mouth being gone and everyone else's faces being weird.
Can't have shit.
Slightly panicking.
In Atlantic City or whatever we're in.
Kind of concerned
So
about
Riptide City.
what the hell's happening.
Can't have shit Riptide City, dude.
How you gonna be upset about Riptide City? Riptide City did nothing to you. Actually did everything to you.
Stole my fucking face, dude.
Riptide City did steal your face. Only part of it, though. Thankfully, whatever was supposed to happen naturally. I mean, it could have been worse. All of you could just be devoid of faces and no way to solve this because you can't see your way out of this situation. At that point, thank you. Never you mind that sound that you heard. At that point, you all kind of hear, because you still have your ears, the sounds of crashing and bashing into the night, panic screams and things of that nature. But it's not happening in here. It's only real comfort you can take, and At this point in time, nothing else seems to be happening towards a lot of you. Whatever happened outside seems like something was escaping. One of you knows why, or two of you know why, but one of you who is a player knows why. And if you go to look out the window going, if you do, for any reason, the thing that should be there, the thing that you saw leave, is not anywhere in the neighborhood, but it has left in its wake faceless people.
Fuck.
We are so fucked.
And in that regard, perhaps we will resolve this in season 2.
Bum bum bum. See you all the end of this year.
And what a crazy end of the year it might be.
Yeah. I want my face back.
Hey, we have some real goals to get here now, you know?
Our mouths and faces back?
Yeah.
Where's the avatar? What do you
That's
need
some
him, god damn it?
Right next to you.
The other one! The one that
Oh.
knew they were the avatar.
Far, far away from you.
God damn it!
Avatar, put these back.
Fix it.
But I will say, side note, now that we have come to the end of this, we're not going to go over any particular new moves that you gained
Yeah.
for obvious reasons.
Uh-huh. No way.
But,
New move, sign language.
I learned the ancient art of
Keeping-
middle finger, and that's all I needed.
keeping your balances exactly as they are for the second season when we roll it out, like the beautiful carpet that it is. I will say that each of you, sort of in tandem with the thing that you have lost, or something in relation to what you have kept, you're all going to get a point up in one of your stats.
Hey.
Oh.
Yes. So, in this order, it goes for Kasha. I think you're at a +1 already, but if you're not, a +1 in your creativity.
I am at a +1 in creativity.
Okay, so bump that up to a +2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? And in the case of Yuka,
Yeah.
you're going to put a +1, if it's not already a +1, it's a +2 if not, in your focus.
Oh shit. +2, let's go.
For Oshiko,
It's me.
yes. In this particular moment, this has no other way of being true. If you don't already have a +1 in your passion, put a +1 in it.
More passion.
More passion. More passion.
Yes.
More
If you already have a
energy.
+1,
More
then make it a +2.
It is a plus. It was a 0 before you mentioned these words to me.
Okay, so you are now more passionate.
Fair.
And finally, Bowen. If you don't already have a +1 in it, put 1 in harmony. And 2 if you do.
+1.
Okay.
Wait, so will my creativity be +2 or +3 then? I already
Was
have-
your
if I already have
creativity... If you already have 1, it's +2.
Okay.
So just in total, +2.
So you have 2
okay.
in total. Sakura's just saying it weird.
I am.
So I was thinking, I'm like, wait a minute.
I'm messing with your ability to add. I'm sorry.
Listen, I already have trouble with that.
And you
I'm
can
so
tolerate.
sorry. But with that being said, we will have at the beginning of season 2, and I'm going to write that somewhere. I'm writing it
Write
right
it
now, actually.
down right now.
Beginning. No, that's beginning.
Beginning.
Season
Beginning.
2. Update your current character personality in adapting to your lack of appendage on your face.
I was gonna say, what do I have so I can write that down for myself?
You still have your nose and your ears.
You're
And I'm
missing
just
your eyes
blind.
And I can't talk, which is probably a blessing.
Thank God.
That means you guys have to talk more.
That's A. That's it.
There we go.
Crazy.
Ew.
Alright, my chat. Putting on the ending screen.
Goodbye, chat.
Sakura, any last
Yeah.
words for our people waiting for season 2?
Stay tuned for the very first spirit creature to be in the real world and find out how crazy that might get.
Woohoo!
Especially it being the worst one to be.
Yeah, Jesus H. That one's fucking actually evil. There is no fixing that one.
Mm-hmm.
There is no I could fix him. He is unfixable. She is unfixable.
See, it's called the face stealer, the son of the mother of faces.
I'm gonna have to figure out something else to go live with on YouTube. Oh
Yeah.
no, I can't have free Sundays. That's illegal.
No free Sundays?
No free Sundays. No day off.
You need a day off.
Why not day off?
Goodbye, chat.
Bye, chat.
Goodbye.